Okay, can I make this? Yes. Can I make that? Ooh. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm in my single player world, but we're not going to stay here. Today, we're diving into something truly special. I have been invited on a world tour on the 4ever SMP. The 4ever SMP is a server where the players can stay indefinitely. It's going to be up forever. So as they explain it, it's everyone playing single player together. So they've got some amazing builds, and we're going to showcase all of them and talk about them in detail. It's probably going to be a long video, so grab your favorite snack, just relax, and join in as we explore this world together. So let's get going.
Welcome to the 4ever SMP Server World Tour #1.
Yay!
Yay!
We have 8 guests with us today, and a lot of members on the server to show off projects they've worked on over the past 14 months is about the time that we have spent on these projects. We're going to go through, I believe it's about 12 different areas with different projects, different levels of completion. Some of them are fully completed, some of them are not. Just know that we have all spent a lot of time working on these projects, and we're really excited to show them off and really excited that you guys all joined us. Before we get started, I do want to talk a little bit about the 4ever SMP and kind of how it started. So Alex and I had this conversation a long time ago about wanting to play a long-term single-player survival series. And one day I just realized, why can't we do that with other people? So I called Alex and we talked a little bit about it. And we were like, well, why don't we just start a server and we can play it together? And I jokingly said, we'll name it 4ever SMP. And Alex said he loved it, and 4ever SMP was born. So we're not a traditional SMP. The SMP is more just the actual multiplayer portion of it. The way that I like to explain 4ever SMP to everybody when we talk about joining or have those types of conversations is that we're playing single player together. So we don't have a shopping district. We have projects that we work on together. We might see some of those today. And we have a lot of plans in the future and a lot more years to come. Speaking of Alex, we're going to have to retake the picture because he's not even here.
Alex.
I didn't know
I had to be there for the video.
Alex. Oh, everybody go. Alex.
Dang it, Alex.
Alex.
All right, so what we're going to do for each of these areas, obviously if you're a guest, feel free to ask questions, feel free to do anything, but we're going to basically hand over the kind of mic to the person showing off their area. While we're on the way to the area, they're going to give you a quick introduction of themselves, their Minecraft play style, maybe their build style, things like that. And basically, we're going to go tour the different areas that have been built over the last 14 months. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Time, who's going to start us off.
Hi, I'm Time.
Hi, Ty.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Time.
What is your
Hi,
problem?
time.
I'm admitting now that I have a problem. And I like to build really big, cool stuff in Minecraft. So, in order to kick off this server correctly, I think we should start off with the first mega base that was built on the server. So if we all just head into the nether, we can head that way.
Oh god, we can't all fit in the portal.
Oh no.
Do I need gold? Don't I need
It
gold?
was never seen
Scooch over just a
again.
little bit.
We thought, hey, we're on the roof for now, we're going to do a big nether hub project later on. Let's keep it organised. So, bunch of carpets, each person has a colour, going off in each 4 cardinal directions, and you just follow the colour for each person. Fairly straightforward. This is a temporary hub. We do have a main one planned later on. But for now, it fits the purpose, right?
I feel like a lemming.
We're already going off
Yeah,
map.
I'm still following time to our
Everybody
death.
has a life.
Yeah,
I don't know.
actually flew over.
Here, thank
All right.
Follow us.
Alright, where to go now?
Yeah. Follow us, bud.
There you go. Follow Death.
Oh my gosh, that looks horrendous.
I'm just following the
Horrifying.
group.
so many people
people
flying.
just coming over here.
Alright, so through this portal, you'll see my starter base.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's a little
Everyone wants
smaller.
to go in at the same time. That's not going to work, you know.
King of the hill. Ah!
So I had been scrolling the Pinterest and I wanted to build some sort of castle, and I ran across a another content creator. I was like, wow, that's a really cool gradient. I like it, but I want to do it in more of a sandstone style, more of a yellowish. So I kind of took that image and kind of went with it, and then started adding on to it. I'm like, oh, wait, I think I'm onto something here, and I made this starter house. And so the theme behind it was supposed to be some sort of like autumn-based, excuse me, autumn-based like castle. So all of the trees kind of have turned the colors as they're dying, the reds, the oranges, and yellows, and they're all custom trees. I think there was like 9 different designs that I pasted. I think it ended up being like 70 or 80 trees that I had built for this project. And yeah, enjoy everybody. Someday I do plan on revisiting it to finish up the interior, but it was supposed to be a starter base, so it has farms and storage room in it. It was more practical than just aesthetic at the time.
What makes you say that? It's lovely in here.
I mean, this is not how I'd do a practical over aesthetic base time. This is this is insane.
So I shouldn't say but Boss had challenged himself, and I decided to jump in with a challenge that for each one of our builds, we only limit ourselves to 3 farms. So since it was a starter base, I decided to do an iron farm and a villager breeder farm, and then I guess a villager trading hall. So the iron farm is actually currently inoperable, but I actually, if those that have free cam, it is in the southeast tower, just kind of tucked up there in the top bit, and then the villager breeder is in the southwest tower, and then all of the other doors either lead just to the inside of the build, my storage room, or into my villager trading halls, which in one building, in the eastern building, is 3 stories tall.
Very impressive.
Yeah, a lot of cauldrons.
A little bit about that really quick time. So yeah, so what Time just brought up is like a reason to keep playing Minecraft, right? So on a world like this where you're playing forever and you're not constantly restarting and having to rebuild the same farms, we were trying to figure out ways to keep it interesting over the long term. So obviously by limiting the amount of farms that we can have in one area, artificially limiting, I should say, because this is not a rule for everybody. It makes us have to keep building projects and keep expanding as we want to keep growing those farms.
And any of these buttons on the walls, do any of them hide anything?
Do any of the what?
The buttons on the walls,
hide
are they
anything?
functional? Are there any hidden compartments anywhere?
All aesthetic.
That is a great question.
Fun
No.
fact about me, I do not build stuff like that. I use buttons very much aesthetically.
I feel like I have to press all of them, though, to check.
That is
You
the
are
number
more
one
to
difference
try.
between Time's
We'll catch you at the
designs
end
and
of the
mine.
tour.
I refuse to use buttons.
See you guys in a
builds
bit.
like this.
I didn't even think about the mountains at the back. You built the whole mountain range behind it then?
I built everything within the ring of this mountain,
Wow.
Including the mountain itself, yes.
including the mountain itself. Yeah.
Question is the mountain hollow?
Yes.
Is it a death
100%.
trap if you go in it? Did you
It
like
is
it?
not. It is very
No.
well lit.
Wow.
For those that don't have free
Impressive.
cam, you can actually enter it from right
Very
here.
well
This
lit.
is my storage room. It's a little bit of
Wow.
everything.
Rock lights and torches. That seems a bit
Yeah, but-
overkill.
So I think the torches were an accident because I didn't place them. I do believe
Oh,
Death.
not again.
Yeah, I think
Hundreds
that
of
was
chests and not a single one of them being used.
Oh, there used to be a ruined
Yeah,
nether
so that was
portal
my
here.
storage room. I have since moved out to my mega storage room, so that was a fun little project of the logistics of moving everything several thousand blocks away.
Fantastic job. Fantastic job.
It is so cool that you can go underneath the mountains. So much space for stuff.
And that's something
found a
that I
shulker
always tell
monster.
myself is that I can always expand in the future. Shulker.
Cooper, are you ready for us, or do you want us to postpone you and move one ahead? Sick. Good talk. Okay. Well, then we're going to go to Alex's area.
Oh, hi. This is great. This is so many people. Wait, before you go in. The platform we're about to go on isn't big enough for all of us. But it's
Okay.
You gotta pick a number.
Everybody at once.
Come on.
when
I'm
you
going
jump
last.
off, just go to the docks. You'll find them. It's almost nighttime, but we can get started.
Oh my gosh, you've done so much work over here.
I know.
Oh, wow.
This is actually a first showing off. I did a video on about half of this place, and I just finished building the other half. So you're all the first ones to see it. Here I am. This is my place. This is my my last starter base I'll ever build. Maybe, who knows? But that was the idea behind it when I built it, was just to continually expand on it, and it's not even done as it is. But we'll start here in the dock area. This is like, you know, little bazaars, and eventually there'll be a little boat out here with a loading crane and all that good stuff. But just to move on from here, ignore the crafting table. So I have a few things that need to be finished off. Like right here is a horse barn, no horses yet. I have one chicken in the chicken coop. There's an egg in there. I should probably, if y'all want to go check it out, check out anything. Some of the interiors are done, some aren't. And this is kind of like a mossy farmer area with a few buildings kind of spread out. Some of them are functional, like one of them has a melon and pumpkin farm in the basement. The other one is just for tough storage. Another one has a portal. My windmill has a portal which we jumped out of. And then my starter storage is where I actually, the first thing I built was this little building over here, away from the flag, I guess, the opposite direction. And it's small and functional, but works. So don't hate me because it's not as big as Times.
Too late. I mean,
More functional, but
It
worse.
doesn't matter how big it is, it's how you use it.
that's
This
right.
area is best viewed by, if you want to see the whole thing at once, you have to fly up and look at it. But I like the idea of being able to walk through the paths to kind of explore all the buildings
No.
and all the things. If you go to the bridge over here,
That's
you
the
can
other
kinda
whole
see-
I messed up.
I have like a little watery area, a little reservoir, I guess you'd say.
That
And
is
the
so
whole
cool.
river wraps through the whole city, and it connects the rivers on both sides.
Angie trampled your crops.
No, don't throw my crops.
Oh,
have
I
so
think
many
someone
crops.
over here is a liar.
If you have free cam, it's fun to fly up and kind of look at everything.
And/or shaders.
Oh yeah, shaders is great. It is all lit. There shouldn't be any. Well, there might be a few spawnable places I haven't fully checked, but my goal was to make it so that nothing would spawn within the city limits. I haven't done it myself.
Alex, I don't know if you used it. I don't know if you used it, Alex, but let me tell you, ambient sounds is like perfect for your base.
Yes, I can't wait for the new
Oh,
ambient
yeah.
like, leaves and things.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, with the leaves falling off and stuff.
Yeah,
the leaves
sure.
falling and the ambient
That's
sounds.
really,
are great.
really cool.
That'd
Oh,
be really
tough
awesome.
I guess
Is
everything-
ambient sound
sounds
still
mod.
like region specific? Like you have to have a build to have villager sounds type of thing? Or do they actually fix
I
that?
think it's biome specific. So if you're in a cave, you're going to get cave sounds even if you expose that cave.
Yeah.
I can
whatever-
attest
whatever
the-
dark oak forest is.
It's a lot of birds chirping.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's super aesthetic.
I know this because I've been listening to this a lot at my project.
Yeah.
So to Geek's question, yes, we update Geek. We actually started on 119. About 4 or 5 months after 120 came out, we finally made the switch and updated to 120. So we do update. We slowly update. We care mostly about the mods. Obviously, just the standard mods that we all use need to be updated before we ever make the change, and then we also want to make sure that it's a stable version. Or sorry, we started on 120, now we're on 121.
Oh, I like your display of heads. Awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so one thing I want to add about that question of or I guess more Alex's statement of the off and on. One of the cool things about playing on a server like this is that, like, obviously none of us are full-time content creators, and life gets very busy. So one of the nice things is that you can work on a project for 2 or 3 months, and then if life comes up and you have to take a break, you can walk away and then kind of come back to it. So to Alex's point, he's probably played maybe 4 months out of the 14 months. So his progress is basically tremendous for the amount of time that he has played, because his life has been so busy as of late. All right, well, everybody get back into the nether through the windmill portal.
To the windmill.
I got distracted taking screenshots.
All right, I'll go back through and wait for him.
Yay!
GG.
GG,
Distance,
everybody.
I don't know where I am now.
It's like you're all going the same way or something.
Oh, I see.
Cooper, before I hand it over to you to talk a little bit about the build, we set Cooper a challenge. He basically he built one tower as of like Thursday, and we agreed, 4 of us, or actually 5 of us, agreed to give him a netherite block if he could finish the base before the world tour.
Oh.
So he has been basically nonstop working on this for the last like 3 days. Him and his brother.
3 days.
Oh, you built this in like 3 days. Jeez.
There was.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Why is everyone so good on this server?
You need to be flying east.
Yeah.
I saw the mountain
Why is it
behind the
spicy?
build, and I thought it was part of the build because it's got a massive hole in between, like in the middle.
That's fine.
So one other thing I'll add about Cooper is Cooper has always been a creative builder and is coming to learn now, completing this project, how much more difficult it is to build creative projects in survival.
Must be enough to make you stop and go back to creative.
Open quote starter base, closed quote.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's become a bit of a joke in this server, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And in the comment section.
Wait, there's actual rooms? It's not just empty? It's not just hollow?
Well, no,
Well.
I mean it's all divided.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I thought it would have been, like, hollow, but that's even more
no,
impressive.
no,
that
yeah,
there's
a lot of
actual
walls and
things
stuff
that are
going up.
sectioned.
A lot of division.
It's
You could probably like house the whole server in here.
This is impressive.
Cooper, you're super quiet, by the way, so I don't think anybody can hear you.
There we go.
There you
Hello?
are.
Yeah.
Yep.
So inside, all of it is divided up into rooms that I will be eventually doing interiors for. So the 3 main towers, the biggest one is going to be a super smelter and storage room, and the other 2 are going to just be storage rooms. The guest house is probably the best example of what the interior, well, at least the bare walls will look like, because it's pretty much fully done in terms of interior for the guest house, other than like detailing and designs and all that. Got a lot of
What
panel
area is
stuff
the guest
going
house?
in. The smallest bit, basically the bit that's separated from the rest of the build.
So when you divided the rooms, did you have an intention for them in mind or just throw up walls?
I had some
Oh.
form of an intention. I wanted, with the guest house, it's going to be bigger rooms and then a lot of guest, like bedrooms. So this bit, there's the room where Time is running up a staircase that isn't functioning at the moment.
Yeah, I just saw you run up, and I already went up there, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna let him discover it by himself.
Yeah, ignoring Time's glorious staircase that he's running up. All of this room,
sorry.
where Time, all of this is going to be divided into bedrooms for the guests in here. Here is going to be the initial storage room that I'm going to build because it's the smallest. But yeah, it's probably about 50% done when we add all the details. So all of this here, like all the moss and coarse dirt, rooted dirt, all of this is going to have flower gardens. So it's going to consist of mostly, I think, wither roses, and what was it? It's one of the torch flowers, yeah, torch flowers, because they are red, black, and gold, which is the color theme of my channel. And my YouTube logo is just like, it's meant to be a flag for the kingdom I plan on building. So it's meant to be, this build is meant to be a renovated cathedral. Because my builds are set in basically the early 1900s, late 1800s. So, Industrial Revolution. This is a renovated cathedral, which is owned by the Emperor of the Empire, who's basically made it into his summer holiday palace.
Okay.
Ring!
Nice.
Yeah, you nailed it. I mean,
Nice.
the shape just exudes that.
Perfect. Appreciate you letting us come over and see the progress that you've made, Cooper.
Yeah,
It's
alright.
phenomenal. Very good.
Just to say, my brother plays a lot more survival than I do, so as soon as he joined the server, progress went 5 times faster.
It'd be like that.
All right, everybody back to the portal, and we're going to transition over to Joshy's starter area.
Go on ahead to the next area.
Oh. Bunch of trolls.
Don't fall in the hole.
Oh yeah, there's a big hole by the way.
Yeah, mind the gap.
Wait, I'm lost. People disappeared. The ice road stopped and now I'm lost.
If you see the carpets, just go back to 0, 0. That's where I'm at right now.
I keep getting punched out. I'm the victim.
Yeah.
I love this by the portal. He's like hanging for dear life over here. Poor guy. He's dropping his berries too.
Yeah. Yeah, so since it's a starter area, I really wanted to start out with getting everything as much detailed as possible. It's a new concept for me. I haven't done much detailing on anything. Like the mining shaft you might notice down below. It goes quite deep into like an actual mining area. You could go there, don't have to, but you may. I mean, why not?
Wash your hair.
Is it decorated all the way down?
Oh, whoa, whoa, wow, yeah, it is. And there's a full
basically.
library down here.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Yeah, they pushed the button, Josh. It wasn't me.
Oh, it's got sent back up.
Oh yeah, to get back up, well, you can't. I didn't make an exit except for that one. I don't even know where everyone is.
Oh, they're in there.
A lot of us are
Yeah,
downstairs too.
Yeah, that's the elevator.
Geek and I are outside.
Ooh,
And
Skelly.
Megateca.
Oh wow, yeah.
Oh,
Okay, that's
no,
insane.
those two, yeah.
Oh, I thought I was in the main
It
bit,
is an amazing library. How many books? Jeez.
A couple.
A few.
You got librarians there, so that makes sense. Easier to buy probably than get all that leather and paper.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
I'm totally swiping this
leveling
idea
up.
of putting the books of the villager above them in the chiseled bookshelves. I don't even know why
Yeah, I
I've never
like
thought about
that.
before.
I like that. I've seen
I
that.
did that too in my little library.
Those are
I
the
did
real books, by the way, for the jumps you can get from them. So that's good.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it's
the
brilliant.
glass in front of them is the ones that I can trade glass for. So yeah.
Oh, but you can't get to the books if you do that.
Yeah, I
Josh,
know. It was temporarily.
did you show
Okay.
them how you get your emeralds?
No, I have not.
How'd you get your emeralds?
So for everyone who isn't in the library yet, get all the way down to the library and
Oh, is it-
get to the backside.
I think I saw it
What
through
side?
free cam. Huge hallway of fishermen.
Oh, I wish I had hallway. I wish I had free cam, but oh well, it's too late now.
I'm sure Josh up just a little bit.
So
I love that
back
elevator.
Over here. Don't have anyone.
Oh
Hey guys,
wow!
follow me down here.
So do you just do this, like stand on here and trade with them?
Not even I stood against them because otherwise the current is gonna be
I have
annoying.
no idea.
But I also got item scroller, which means I have to just right click twice to get the trade fully done. And once I turn on the string duper, well, yeah, all I gotta do is wait until it loops. And in the meantime, of course, I also got hoppers, so I also get a lot of wool in the meantime as well. And yeah, plenty of emeralds, like you might notice in the first barrel on the right side. I'm busy getting a lot.
Wow.
There's only one other way to do so otherwise.
Oh, get out of there, Megateca. Hurry.
There's a camel. There's a camel called Camille climbing the fucking fence.
Yup. I don't think much more. Just normal pigs and stuff. And so yeah, I also made a fishing hut, which was just, well, I needed something to fish, and I figured why not a fishing hut like this. Now the roof design, that's all thanks to Time Architect, thankfully. For me, it was just all plain, and he decided to make it better, which he did. So yeah, I'm glad about that part.
You want to talk about
yeah.
your potion thing as well while we're here for this one?
Yeah,
Back cooker.
Where's everyone? I see some offline still.
Most people are on the bridge. Not everybody, though.
No, I was just looking at your sheep farm. I'm here.
So yeah, if we go to the back first, I got my whole new area. I created this later. I first had some silly things that I really didn't care for. Just, well, a barn right now with some horse stables and a little bit more greenery around at the backside.
Oh,
I think they're all at the cauldron right now, Josh.
Well, fine.
You got that
I thought that's where we were going.
I thought we were moving on.
You said in the back here. I
Yeah,
turned around over the
that's why I
mountain and
went
went. Where he went?
I saw people flying to the back, so I was like, I will go to the back.
Well, this is the other back. It's fine. So the brewing area, you can also go upstairs with just a bubble elevator, just a simple way, or flying because, well, why not? And of course, we got some automatic brewers, but they're not working yet. I haven't had the time for it yet. But someday they will. And of course, you can get the nether wart if you need more in the middle, down with the statue of me being awesome, I guess.
In
Yeah,
full
you think
netherite
highly
gear.
of yourself.
Yeah, I really do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah,
Dude doesn't even know he's holding a potion. That's dragon's breath.
It's fine.
I like
I
this.
just
This
came
is
up with
very
this build.
cool.
Thank you.
I love it.
I just created this for the Halloween day thing, whatever. I didn't know. I never did anything for any concepts until then. So yeah, it's the first try. First something bigger as well. And soon, of course, you'll see my factory, which is gonna be a little bit bigger than this.
Perfect.
Just
Anything
a
else you
little
want to show here?
I don't know if everyone has seen the backyard of the main build.
Yeah, it was.
I am on top of the sandstone.
Backyard.
Oh.
Yeah, that's another build he's got.
That's another one.
All right,
Okay.
the backyard is with the red barn.
Oh, okay. Where
Back
where
layers.
okay.
I'm waiting for everything to load in.
With the goats in the glass cages, I see.
Yeah, yeah. I'm torture. I like it.
Oh, those poor bunnies.
I got a bit of everything.
So quick background for Joshy. Joshy has played on his own single player world for over a year, releasing videos on a weekly basis, if I am not mistaken, Joshy.
Yes.
And Time just kind of found his series online and reached out and started having conversations about it. And Joshy has since basically given up on his single player world and joined us.
Welcome to
So now he has produced more videos than all other Forever members combined.
Good job.
Just
Wow.
not weekly though.
That's not easy, man.
How many are you
Not
up to
easy.
now? 15 or 16?
I don't know, to be fair.
I think he's at like 15 or 16, while most of the rest of us have like 1 or 2.
Yeah, I think 15, yeah.
Follow
Mystery.
me. Is anybody not through the portal yet?
Wow. I don't want to go into the nether.
Whoa.
Guys, it's dark
Hello,
down
Jewel.
here.
All
Hello.
right, I'm going this way.
Chaos.
Which way is which?
Oh, there.
If anybody
But it's
needs to
close
repair
to
their
over there.
elytra, the gold farm is right here.
Is it gonna work with this many people in the nether?
Only one person needs to hit a piglin. And once everybody is up high, it should work.
Mob spawning's turned
Is
off,
it mob
remember?
spawning off?
Oh,
Yeah.
my phone's turned off. Nope, sorry.
This
Is
farm
this
is also going
a-
to be broken in the new update.
What?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
right.
Wait, why?
They
They,
don't drop
they're-
XP anymore.
Well, unless you
that
kill
one
them
gets
manually,
programmed.
right?
Not
So you
unless you
could-
kill them manually, yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
could
the
still
whole
do a kill
programming thing
chamber.
doesn't work.
Oh, so when zombified piglins are hostile towards you, they don't drop XP, even if you don't. When you don't kill them, you have
Okay,
to actually
if you
kill
guys-
Yeah, they have to be killed by player sword.
Over here, you go.
And
Oh, that's
Mystery,
painful.
I have an elytra for you. You can just switch
Yeah,
me.
But there's
I can
farms out there
understand
that
how
have a
people-
kill chamber, so I think it's fine. It's annoying, but it's fine.
Mystery, you come
Yeah.
over here, and here
That's fair.
is. So this is my starter
There we go.
project on the server.
Oh, this is.
wow. Looks like the video.
Death had showed me this in his secret tour at some point.
This is the first project that I built. This is a recreation of the Wan Shi Tong library from the TV show Avatar: The Last Airbender. Pre-burial.
Ah.
Just started watching that.
Just to be clear, so if you've seen the show or if you're watching the show, the library is buried. So I did not want to create a buried version. So
Spoilers.
this is
Spoilers.
my version.
Excavated.
Cover it in sand.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, with these vehicles as well.
Yep. There's owl statues around, decorating
the
it.
But
I think it was like 18,000 bookshelves, by the way.
Holy moly.
A lot of work.
And like 14,000 looms, something like that. All
yeah,
four
library,
layers,
yeah.
by the way,
Yeah,
are
library,
fully decorated with thing. Yeah, the foxes get stuck on the top floor. So if you want to see the foxes, you got to go up to the top floor because that's where they hang out.
Foxes?
Yeah, there's wild foxes that we brought over to roam around as the fox spirits. But they all make their way up to the very top floor and then just get stuck there. So the primary purpose of this build is to be the trading hall. So in the different wings and the towers, you'll have different like trading halls. So like back here in the very back on the bottom floor is the librarian trading hall. Fun fact about me is I'm very particular about the villagers. So every single librarian had to have the glass trade, they had to have the bookshelf trade, and they had to have the book trade.
Dang.
So if they did not have those trades, I immediately killed them and replaced them.
Oh my god. Wow.
It took, I think I killed 500 plus villagers, getting all of the villagers I needed for the trading hall. So
and just rolling them to get the right.
Killing villagers.
And not only did I roll them, I also pre-purified them before I got the trades. So
structure on the roof.
The patterning.
This is insane. This is so cool.
I think somebody asked how long it took me. It took me just under 4 months to build this from start to finish. It also, fun fact, it took me about another 4 months to edit the video.
Yeah, that's part for the course.
If you go outside, there's a fancy little thing that I'll show you. So this is the first time that I've ever tried this, but I like it, and at the same time I hate it. But if you look at the build from different angles, you can see that there is a forced shadow perspective on the build. So there is lighter, like quartz whites for the light areas where the sun would be coming from, and then there is darker, like diorites and calcites for the areas of the shadows.
I'm gonna have to turn off shaders for this because shaders are messing it up.
Yeah, the shaders will mess it up.
Right now, from the front, you can, because of where the sun is, you can see the shadow on the roof from like the tower that goes towards the center. That's really cool. That's so cool.
Yeah, so it's really cool, like, to get that view. The problem is when the sun's not in the right place, I think it looks silly. So I probably will never play with the forced shadow again. But it was a cool idea for a project that time had given me. So,
yay!
Yeah, but this time of day it works really well.
And then the time it took me was, I think it was like, not counting pausing replays and like refilling stuff, it was like around 150 hours that it took me to build. Like actual video recorded footage, 150 hours. And the blocks is about 600,000 blocks, including the desert remodel around the library.
I'd be fascinated to see the stats for the people on the server. Overall, you know, wood and sugarcane, and it got to be some obscene numbers.
So one small thing I'm going to throw in here, boss, is that for everybody that doesn't know, boss doesn't care for the sound of rabbits. And with the desert, you normally get a lot of those that spawn in here. So he actually took the time to slab the entire area underneath the library to prevent rabbits spawning because he hates listening to them that much.
Oh my god.
They get stuck against the sand, not jumping up, and they make this little sand shuffling noise, and it drives me insane. So I spent, I don't even know how many hours. It was like probably 14 hours, and like, I think it was like 32,000 slabs. Completely slabbing underneath everything.
I was kind of looking for a mob farm because I saw the slabs, but I didn't find any, so that explains it.
No, they just make little sand scratchy noises, and it's so annoying. All right. Looks like we're back to you time for the forest project / your storage room.
Oh boy. So this, I think I may have narrowed down the name that I want for the video when I do eventually release it. And it's going to be something along the lines of, I've discovered Max Axiom and it was a huge mistake. Because as
love that.
Mood.
Because I tend to go a bit overboard, and unfortunately when you're flying around in the world, it doesn't put things into perspective. I think Splash is normally sums it up with you have the creative shrink that happens. I was definitely not up till 1 a.m. this morning trying to do as much as I can. This is unfortunately still very much a work in progress. But what I wanted to show off today was just the sheer magnitude and ambition that some of the server members like myself have to tackle a project. So the area that you'll first spawn in at this is my staging area for my build. Obviously it's a huge shulker monster mess, but you can kind of get a perspective for just how many items I've needed to collect. But then kind of flying east, you'll start to see a lot of frog lights in the ground. And everywhere that there are frog lights is where terrain is going to eventually be. So the areas that I actually have gotten done so far is on the north and eastern side of it. If you were to kind of fly that way, I finished up the glacier last night, and then a bit of the side of the ravine cavern. So fun fact for those that are ever considering using the smooth snow command in Axiom is that Lightmatica will not automatically place them on the correct number of layers, and you still have to manually place each individual snow layer.
Have you just trying to tweak around with different protocol versions? That tends to fix something like that.
I have not, and unfortunately it's done now. So
Okay.
so it was about 60,000 snow layers that I just placed in the last 2 days.
Oh my god.
Yep, there's a lot of
we emptied black concrete you used because
I was going to say, is that where the
is
big
not
black
a nice
concrete bit
block to
is?
get.
So I have placed 31,568 black concrete.
Oh my god.
Oh, the woodland manor. We also removed a woodland manor.
And a mountain or two.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
been a lot of materials have been removed here in order to get placed back in. So technically, a little behind the scenes is that I actually haven't finished designing this yet. I just started building it. So I still need to go through and build all the trees that are going to go in this custom forest. And then I actually still need to design the central castle church keep thing that'll be the centerpiece to the build.
Can't wait till you figure out you want that lake somewhere else.
Oh no, the lake is definitely staying. Yeah, this was a classic case of, ooh, Axiom, this is cool. Oh, look how easily these blocks move, and oh, look how easily these blocks get painted to a new gradient. And then I create a schematic of it, and I'm like, oh no, what have I done?
It is the gradient that gets you, right? Because then all of a sudden you're like, wait, I don't want to collect these blocks.
Exactly. I actually had to go back through and replace rooted dirt with coarse dirt on a lot of this.
Oh yeah.
Because there was no way I was collecting like 60,000 rooted dirt.
Oh my
Rooted dirt is not fun to collect. I did it on Zeacraft Season 3 and that was painful.
If I can jump in real quick, Time, I'd love to give some background on this.
Absolutely.
So when I first introduced Time to the concept of Forever, he and I were talking about future Minecraft plans, and he told me that he wanted to world build in creative and build kind of a super custom world. And I basically told him no, and that he can do it on survival on this server. So this is the start of his world building in survival on Forever.
To be honest, it's more special because it's in survival. This scale is just insane.
That's something that Boss and I have talked many times about, and how you do get a sense of accomplishment when you are building in creative, when you see that finished project, but there's just a whole nother level of satisfaction when you step back and realize that you built this in survival. And that's what ultimately won me over, was his point there. I was just like, all right, fine. I will torture myself for the next 10, 15 years and build this all in survival.
There's all the amount of details as well. The glass panes in the glacier over there, and all the texturing is very, very impressive. I can't wait to see more of it.
Thank you. And this has been a learning curve for me as well, because like this was the first project that I was tackling with Axiom. I typically used World Edit for a lot of my terrain generation, so it was fun to discover new brushes and techniques, and all the little tips and tricks for that has been a vast learning experience for me, and I look forward to continuing to play around with more of them.
You know, all I have to say is this is definitely going to take a lot of time to complete.
Indeed. If only there was an architect who could manipulate it.
Oh my god.
Hold on, I wasn't recording. Say it again.
You say that into the mic.
Take
Say
two,
it
take two.
again.
Where it is in this area.
I won't lie, when we come out of the original starting portal, like, I always got turned around. It's not that
I did just
everything looks
move
the same, it's just directionally challenged.
I did just
Oh,
move
hell,
this
the
last
chicken.
night. So.
No, not the chicken.
So once you are back on the nether roof, it'll be kind of going northeasterly.
Saw that, you
More north.
monster.
Ooh, wow.
So this is my mega storage room. It is currently floating as part of a larger future project. But I do believe it has somewhere
Wow.
upwards of 10,000 double chests. And for me, I'm running with a resource pack that makes the chest the dark oak color. Because I think it matches a lot better. So I personally think it matches to the color palette of this project.
There's nothing automated, is there? It's all manual.
No, I refuse to do automated storage rooms. I think it's
Wow.
faster and more relaxing to just do it by myself.
Good boy.
Because
Fair
I
enough.
am very meticulous about how
So much
I go about
cost.
organizing things, and I personally organize as I am like staging stuff to get put away. So like
Yeah,
when I
that makes
finish a
sense.
project, I will combine all the andesite. Then all I gotta do is just drop off a shulker andesite. I don't have to move a shulker monster and then deal with it. So
Yeah, no, that's fair.
After a
'Cause then you
season
can
of
just
him
store the shulker
organizing for
boxes.
Ricky, him manually organizing his own stuff is probably really simple.
yes.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine.
So that's a great observation. It's a minor thing, but I actually the flooring, if you were to either free cam up or go in the second story and look down, it is intended to be a knotwork in the Celtic style.
That is very cool.
I didn't notice it. That's awesome.
And
I
I've
noticed the
definitely
carpet, but I didn't know
Yeah.
what it was.
I've definitely flown in and face planted the carpet once or twice, unintentionally.
All right, so we start out in my new main storage room, basically, which isn't completed yet because, well, I ran out of time.
Wow.
Yeah. This is my first big project I've ever done, so yeah, I don't know. I've been starting out on a solo survivor world, like Boss said, and I'm built up a small, simple industrial area, which I really didn't like afterwards. So I decided to do it better, and I think I accomplished that. So, yeah.
The reoccurring theme on the server is that we tend to push each other to be better, to go bigger, better. Like we're all trying to improve each other. So that's a reoccurring theme on the server. Is just projects are getting larger in scale and more impressive.
Yes. Exactly. So yeah, that's my first time trying that out. The interior has to be yet been done, especially the pharmacy stuff. I didn't have the time for that yet. Still kind of building, but this is well about 99% done for now, for the main structure anyway.
Wow, this thing is incredible. This is the first time I've seen this. This is
Nice.
truly incredible, Josh.
Thanks, man.
That's
So any comments about tough, Joshy?
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It's way too much to gather. I really underestimated the fact of mining it out.
so impressive.
Pretty close.
So, kind of going back to the whole point of 4ever SMP is that another aspect of it that we look forward to enjoying is that see the progression of ourselves as builders. So, in 5-10 years, we can go back to our starter area and kind of see where we were when we first joined the server, and then kind of see how much we've improved and evolved since our time of joining, and see how far we've really come. Be a nice testament to all of our skills to get a smoother gradient.
Perfect. Well, before people have to leave, I'd love to show off my second area if you guys want to come back through the portal. I literally just finished this project on Wednesday. So this project is aptly named the Flower Capital. It is a recreation of a city from One Piece. If you haven't seen One Piece, it's totally fine. But this is a really prominent area in the show. And there was a beautiful flower island here, a flower forest biome that I claimed like immediately. Like Time and I saw it and I was like, I'm claiming this because I need to build flower farms in an area, and I kind of love the fact that this is a little island with a mountain on it. Bleaker was assisting me in removing a mountain here. Time assisted in removing the mountain. I think Death, you even came over and helped remove a few layers of the mountain. It took a lot longer to remove the mountain than I anticipated, but when I was originally designing in creative, I was trying to reshape the current mountain, and it just didn't work out. So I ended up flattening the whole thing and kind of basically redesigning from the ground up. All flower farms in the game that can be farmed, except for the light blue flowers, are in this area underneath the build. So primarily only flower farms and bone meal farms are here to actually produce the flowers. And then everything is sent up and shulker loaded in the very top of the tower at the very top of the build.
I haven't seen a sniffer farm like that, like the seed farm. It's quite
cool. The
sniffers
are so loud and annoying. We're going to add a pack that I can add name tags to them and then make them silent because they're incredibly annoying to listen to.
I was considering something like that as well because I've got a lot of mobs in my house and they do get annoying after a while.
So yeah, and then there's room to expand in the future for other things like more flowers. I know that there's another flower that's being added in the 121.4 or whatever it is. Plus now they just added those little falling flowers or wildflowers, I think is what they're called. So I'll obviously want to farm those as well and kind of keep them here. But the goal is basically to have shulkers of all the flowers and all of the dyes. And that's basically what this area is for. When I built the library, if you saw, I used purple terracotta as my interior block. And I needed like, I don't know, it was like 52,000 purple terracotta. Wow. And grinding purple dye without having flower farms was horrendous. And trading villagers for 12 lapis at a time was just not sustainable for me. So that's what made this become my second project, was I was just like, whenever I need to dye things, I hate having to go like mine the dye by hand, and it takes forever. So
have you got a Wither Rose farm here as well?
I do, but it's not here. That's a good point. The Wither Rose farm is in the end. There you can do an overworld Wither Rose farm, but I'm too scared to risk it, and I also don't like the wither bar
I would be
on my
too.
screen every
I
time
don't
I come
blame
into
you.
this area. So using Axiom, I basically built like Lego houses, if you will. So I built small like house bases. I built different roof styles, and then I kind of combined them all. And I think I ended up with 93 houses, I think was the total, that I ended up using in this area. But there's literally not a single duplicate amongst them. Every single house is unique. They aren't meant for anything other than decoration, just to be very clear with you. There's nothing in there. It's called the Flower Capital Geek.
Just to preface some stuff, I'm not a builder. I'm more of a redstone myself, but I'm actively working towards becoming more of a builder. It's nighttime.
Oh wow. Oh, there's more underneath.
So first things first, this build is not mob proofed at all. It's in the very early stages of someone slipped. It's in the very early stages of development. So just wait for everyone to arrive before we move on. I should probably say that just ignoring this big monolith thing in front of us, there used to be a village here. I totally didn't abandon the server for like a week while I was trading with them, and then I decimated said village. But focusing on this surface build, it's meant to be the focal point of an eventual 5,000 block across area. So I use Distant Horizons so I can see everything we've been through in the server today from my base. So whether that's Time's big forest project or its starter area, I can see it all. Now this build, once it's finished, is going to reach almost towards Time's starter area. So it's going to be a massive series of mountains, fully decorated with forests, mountain trails, the whole thing. And then in the centre, there's going to be a massive volcanic lake. So for the Americans here, if you're familiar with the Crater Lake National Park, similar look to that, but different, more stylized. So this big monolith thing, I'm not entirely happy with it. I built that in the past month or two, and I'm probably going to make some changes to it. Since I'm not a builder, I'm still trying to work out my ebb and flow. But what I went for is I wanted this to be a fairly grayscale build with a few specular highlights here and there, which is why some of it's a wee bit lighter. Because it's so grey, it was a wee bit hard to see the depth. Yeah, just pop on back through that portal, mate. Yeah, cool.
Found all his stuff. He fell through the middle of it.
All right, okay. Right.
So many rockets.
He fell through the middle and hit the glass floor.
Right. So for those of us on the surface, I think we should probably head on down now.
That's really funny.
So we'll pop on down here. So I know quite a few of you have already made your way down into the actual base itself. So you'll notice there's a massive style change between the underground section and the stuff above. There's a story reason for that. So lore-wise, the idea is basically the people who built the stuff down beneath, that's like an advanced science lab, they want to keep it secret. And up above, basically, there's going to be like a less technologically advanced civilization. So think of some super futuristic guys who go to space and stuff, and then, I don't know, like people who still have like kings and live in castles and stuff. So it's quite a change, right? And the idea is basically the little stone section right before you get down into the actual base. There's going to be like a bunch of like redstone like components and stuff that act as puzzles that need to be solved before the civilization above gets access to stuff down here. So if anyone has watched any of the Stargate series at all, you'll get what I'm going for there.
I do. I was just rewatching it recently, so yeah, totally.
Yeah. So let's
so
see.
cool.
Well, you guys are all the way down there. Cool. Right, I'll just fall down.
Oh yeah, we've been in the bowels.
Yeah.
I'm
Right at the
totally not
bottom.
making my way upwards.
Yeah, so I mean, you can fly, but there's also elevators at the side with honey you can use. So I think it's
that's what I've been messing with.
yeah.
Oh, I
so
see.
left-hand side, then right-click on the note block, and it lets you stop each level. So there's a slime farm, honey farm, melon, pumpkin, sugar cane.
Oh, is that what's at the bottom? It's
bamboo.
a slime farm.
Yes. And because I bought a bunch of stuff on top of it, it's not going to be as good as it used to be. But it's good enough for now. But yeah, let's see. There's a couple of impressive things I'd like to show. So if everyone could come almost all the way to the top, like 2 layers down from the topmost one.
The one where the non-automated furnace array is.
Yes, it's a very manual setup that half the
That's
server
what
seems
I
to
was
use.
confused about. You've got all this redstone to make farms automated, and then you don't have a minecart furnace. It's very strange.
Yeah, so with the amount of farms that I've got here, I like to provide everyone with materials when they need it.
Yeah.
Or they can come here and use my farm. So I know Josh and Cooper have made heavy use of this thing. In fact, in one of my recent episodes, I stopped for a moment just to stare at Josh while he was using this, and then walked on as if nothing was going on.
Nice.
But a few of the impressive farms we've got is, if you all want to follow me down here, so I should be on the north side. Hello, yes. Along here we've got these windows. Now if we look down here, you see this massive array of farms. So this is a big cobblestone farm.
I was going to guess cobblestone.
Yeah.
I've seen this before.
It's basically just three small farms that are networked together. And
It's
makes
automated, isn't it?
Yeah, so it makes just shy of 500,000 cobblestone per hour.
Wow.
And that
Those
goes...
items are then all automatically collected and then stored in shulker boxes.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah. So I'll just wait for everyone else to arrive. So it's another corridor. We've got a lot of hallways like this in the build. But you'll notice there's chest walls on both sides. So this is basically the front of a crafting system. So you know how recently they added the auto crafters to the game? Basically, I made an array of autocrafters, and when you throw a bunch of items at it, it crafts all the redstone components.
Wow.
But the idea is basically on this wall over here, you'd have your final crafted output. So here's on the floor is a representation of what can be made. On the other side, it's basically the storage for all of the raw items.
Oh.
So whenever you want to use the farm, you basically fill up the storage silo with your item, and then you right click on the note block on the floor, and it activates that storage silo, allowing the items to flow into the crafting array. But yeah, this is my thing.
Ow.
Can I pick your brain later about how you're doing the drops into an autocrafter for multiple items?
Sure.
That's the thing that's killing me.
I'm struggling with the same thing,
It's
to be
like
honest.
a binary system like Tango's using this season on Hermitcraft, isn't it?
Mine's a little bit more simple than that.
Okay, that's nice to know that a more simple one is.
Yeah, I know exactly what he's done there, and it's cool. But the system I've got is basically it's more tied to the actual raw items you've got set up. But no, that's all there really is for me. Is there anyone got any questions about?
Yeah, about your autocrafter here. So to get these finished components here, you have to click on each individual raw material. So for this sticky piston, you go to your slime block, your wood, and then cobble. Or how does it work? How does the selection process work?
Yeah, so basically, it's. I mean, you could just do that thing. You play the game, you try and work out what item goes to what. Personally, what I do is I just do this. I just turn it all on,
right,
and then let it go.
That is so impressive. They can handle that.
Yeah, it took a while to work out, and it's not perfect by any means. It's really not. Which is why I recently started the hardcore world, and I was doing some crafting stuff, and I've recently perfected my design process for it. So I need to come back and redo this.
Yeah.
Because, like, for example, have you ever tried to craft up 27 stacks of dispensers by hand?
Yeah, that's
misery.
I've got an autocrafter for that as well, but it fails regularly. So I'm digging into all of this at the moment as well.
Yeah, because I designed a crafter for that exact thing, and I've ran it for about 100,000 dispensers, and it hasn't broken at all.
Oh, that's good.
So
it is possible.
Yeah, it is possible. It's just it's a wee bit annoying.
Yeah. I know the.
But yeah,
I
I basically I bash my head against a project until I can work it out. That's my process. It's like running into a wall constantly until the wall breaks.
I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, cool. Is this map art, or is this a custom texture thing on your portal?
Oh, that's map art.
Oh, that's cool. I'm digging into that as well.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yes. So it took about an hour and a half to make that.
Really? Well, I suppose it's only two colors. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Why does your sign say no horses?
Because if horses go through that, they will die.
Not anymore.
Fair enough.
Is there anybody still recording this?
I'm not.
Yes.
I can turn mine off.
I can turn it off.
I basically have not turned mine off.
Can you turn it off for the next project, please?
So after that, we went to a secret project, and for regular SMP viewers, and everyone else, to be honest, I'm not going to spoil it. So you're going to have to check out their episodes in order to see what that is all about. But I can definitely say it is impressive. Everything on that server is impressive. But anyway, after that, my audio got completely corrupted. Sporadically here and there it was happening throughout me recording, but, you know, I've been able to cut away most of that. So unfortunately I can't show you like the next build, which was... There were basically some really impressive redstone builds by Lichen and Splashing in Puddles. Yeah, unfortunately everything got corrupted at that point, so I can't show it. I wish I could. Sorry, guys, if you wanted me to show them. But then after that we went to a project that is all too familiar for me, a wither skeleton farm.
We're going to go down to the lava lake. There is a carpet area that you can land on down here.
Oh, you slapped everything. Wow.
There's a carpet area you can attempt to land on here. It's not hard.
If you miss it, sucks to suck.
Oh wow.
Certain people have particular
You talking about yourself?
The part that makes me really proud is, Death, will you keep killing them, please?
Yeah,
If you guys come down here, you can look at my horrendous redstone that I have changed and adjusted over time. That basically all of the items get dropped through this, sent across this ice path. The bones get picked up and sent into an auto crafting system, which then get crafted into bone meal and sent right back into the system. Then everything continues on its path, and then over here on this side, you can see the bone meal is auto crafted into bone blocks, and the coal is auto crafted into coal blocks here. And then they're all shulker loaded. So, yes, this produces bone blocks, coal blocks, and wither skeleton heads.
And my visit on the server wasn't all in vain. I've been able to give them a little bit of a tip about lava clearing. Yeah, scaffold blocks.
That's good to know for the future. I
That
didn't know
changes everything.
Yeah, this
I've
is
been putting this
nothing,
project off specifically because I didn't want to deal with the lava, but that makes it so much easier.
Yeah, you can auto-craft the scaffold blocks so you have a constant supply.
Uh-huh. And if you're auto-crafting them and you've got a nice bamboo farm and a string duper, you know.
There you go.
I still don't know why I have so many bamboo farms on autocraft.
Because
Well, the hardest
all of my
part about
bamboo
this
gets
was
turned into...
redesigning it for the auto crafters and having to clear out more lava down and back here to fit the auto crafters into place. That was super annoying. I can't tell you how many carpets I burned when lava leaked in and melted carpet.
I think that's
yeah, no, I just
it for,
I
I think that's going to be it for me, unfortunately. I've got to go. Who do I give my elytra to?
I will take it.
Okay, cool. Well, it was nice to meet you all. Most of you I haven't met before, so cool seeing you all.
Thanks for joining.
Cool seeing the builds.
Yeah, thanks for joining.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you, dude.
Right.
Appreciate it, Red.
Bye.
But yeah, everyone was so friendly on that server. Thank you all very much for having me. I feel honored, honestly, and yeah, to be honest, I feel like I could use a little bit more work on my own base. Yeah, that tiny on the 4ever SMP. But again, their server is forever. My world is forever. We're gonna catch up at some point. So yeah, everyone on that server, thank you very much for having me. I feel so honored. My own world feels so small now that I've seen you guys' server. But honestly, really impressive and really inspiring. I feel rejuvenated and invigorated to start working on my own projects again. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the video nonetheless. It is a very long one, longest one I've ever uploaded onto YouTube. But I'm gonna upload it fully, and then perhaps later I could split it into two, if I notice that people would rather see two versions, two parts of that. But anyway, guys, the next episode of my own Let's Play is on the way, and we will see you then doing another world tour, but from this world. So see you then. Bye.